If you're anything like me and you absolutely hate the lack of weapon variety that is in Fallout 4, you're constantly on the search for new weapons that would fill out the arsenal quite well. And sometimes the weapon mods that come out aren't exactly fitting for the world of Fallout. So I have for you today a list of lore-friendly rifles that'll fit right into your game, and it'll be set into your level list for the most part, just so you can have that full-on Fallout experience that you've been looking for quite some time. First up, we have the AKM as part of the Combined Arms Modern Weapon Pack by NovaFinch. Now, while some of the weapons in this mod aren't exactly lore-friendly, there are a few that fit in perfect, and it saves you for that limit of 255 mods if you're like me and have a ton of mods. Now, the AKM came from the game Fallout Tactics, so it is perfectly lore friendly for you to be running around with one. This gun has plenty of modifications, as a lot of the guns do in the Combined Arms Weapon Pack. Now, if you're anything like me, and you really like to fucking yeehaw, you gotta have the Cowboy Repeater, aka Winchester Model 1892 by Lucas Ncolombo. This brings the Winchester 1892 into the game, adding one more lever action rifle into the world of Fallout 4, just in case you didn't want to use that, other one. This can be found after a short quest once you hit the appropriate level of 12. Up next, coming straight out of the Vietnam era, we have the Springfield Armory M1A by FX001. This adds what is essentially the M1 Garand that is magazine fed and worse in almost every other aspect. But it is well loved by many of those who hold them. You'll get a custom quest that'll take you to the M1A once you hit level 25, like most of the other weapon mods that FX01 does. Up next, we have something very similar, but very different. We have the Ruger Mini 14 by Ardent117. The Mini 14 is basically a M14 that is chambered in 5.56 and takes standard Stanag magazines. This weapon is perfect if you have a bit of a harder time finding 308 rounds rather than 5.56, which, to be perfectly honest, you shouldn't, but whatever. More variety is perfect. Coming up next, we have another example of why I'm the biggest fucking idiot on this planet. We have the Service Rifle by Deadpool 2099. Now, the reason I call myself an idiot while talking about the Service Rifle is because I lumped in with this the SREP Redux mod Service Rifle expansion project by Nadie 2283. Now, the reason I'm an idiot is because I didn't notice the fact that this is not an expansion pack to the Service Rifle by Deadpool 2099, but a expansion pack to the Service Rifle by WastelandWelsdy, which I don't use. But put simply, if both of these mods in conjunction will add various different types of service rifles into your game. The Service Rifle, in case you did not know, is based off of the M16, and the SREP Redux will add the AR-10 as well as M203 mounts for your service rifles. So in case you want to run around with an M16 and a grenade launcher, you absolutely can. Coming up next, we got an early game weapon, the Varmint Rifle, The Return by asXas. The Tape Boy is back and he's got another gun for us to use throughout the Wasteland. While it is fairly weak, it does hold its own against mid to high level enemies. You will manage to find several unique versions of this gun, one of which is better at slaying rats than the other types. Up next, we have a blast from the past with the Rangemaster Remaster, the classic hunting rifle by J3 05. The Rangemaster is actually the original hunting rifle from the first two games. It adds a perfect semi-automatic alternative to the regular hunting rifle, with plenty of skins, and it is injected directly into the level list, so you'll see it around. I find them most on Diamond City security guards. Coming up next, we have a gun that should have been in Fallout 4, but isn't because God is dead. We have the WastelandWelsdy's Chinese Assault Rifle. This brings the Chinese Assault Rifle back into Fallout 4, straight from Fallout 3, with plenty of modifications, including sniper rifle parts and integral suppressed parts. You also want to pick up the Chinese Assault Rifle Animations Pack by Wardaddy 755. This will make it so you don't use the combat rifle reloads every time you have to reload your Chinese Assault Rifle. Coming up next, we have a gun that I really want in real life but don't have the massive amount of money for. We have the FN FAL, or SA58 plus Kukri mod by Wanamingo. This adds the various different variants of the FN FAL into Fallout 4, as well as a Kukri and a dungeon that is just chock full of different successful YouTubers. However, the FN FAL is probably one of my favorite guns, and you'll see me running around with it a lot once I get my hands on it. Coming up next, we have the second Kraut Space Magic gun, the H&K G11K2 Kraut Space Magic mod by asXas. This thing is ridiculous, and this comes from Fallout 2, so it is lore friendly despite it not really being that widespread in our own universe. But this gun is ridiculous. In the gameplay here, you can see me using the 3-round hyper burst, and it's very hard to control. The reload is a bit ridiculous, and it gets even more ridiculous if you happen across a drug den and manage to pick up the unique version of this gun. Some music plays, and you get a thong. Fun times. Coming up next, we have a rifle, which the sound is enough to tell you what it is. The M1 Garand, a World War II classic by asXas, comes in to ping our way into the Wasteland. This gun gets added into the leveled list, and you can even find this machine in a pre-war installation. You just gotta find a certain lonely chapel. Up next, we have one that is a little bit more difficult. We have the Anti-Material Rifle Fallout 4 New Vegas by the Fallout 4 New Vegas team. Now, unfortunately, this has been taken off of the Nexus because of arbitrary changes. More than likely, it is on a different hosting site, and I'm too stupid to find. However, this is the perfect gun for if you have something that is way the fuck over there and you want it dead. You can even slap explosive rounds into this thing, just in case you wanted it to be extra dead. Up next, we have the DKS-501 Sniper Rifle Standalone by Lieutenant Commander. Coming back from Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, the DKS-501 Sniper Rifle is perfect for those who just want a semi-automatic sniper rifle and don't want to use the vanilla guns in Fallout. You can swap between 38 caliber, 308 caliber, and 50 calibers, as well as armor-piercing versions. Just be aware, certain modifications will kick a little bit more than others. Coming up, we have the assault rifle that should have been the assault rifle from the beginning. We got the HK G3 family. Now, while the G3 is technically not the R91 assault rifle from Fallout 3, you can make the R91 assault rifle from Fallout 3 using the modification system. This little number is actually a whole lot of fun to run around with, as I do actually enjoy the G3 platform. Sad to see that it wasn't in Fallout 4 or Fallout 76, because nothing good was in Fallout 76. And finally, we have the Steyr AUG A1 from the Combined Arms Modern Weapon Pack mod by NovaFinch. For some reason, and I don't know why, but this thing appears literally everywhere, and you can get them fairly early on in the game, and enemies will get them fairly on in the game, and will absolutely blast your ass into non-existence. Picking them up off of raiders gives you a nice powerful weapon for you to deal with anything that comes your way, as long as you can find the 5.56 to use it. But other than that, the AUG A1 is a great weapon platform, and you should enjoy it in your leveled list. Anyways, that's the list for today. A bunch of lore-friendly assault rifles for you to add to your level list so you no longer have to use that fucking Maxim gun. I heard some complaints about it. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you want to keep up to date with the rest of my videos. I'll have some more coming out soon. Energy weapons need to happen, because I gotta be friendly to all different playstyles. I'll see you around, folks.